My name is Gareth and welcome to Fat Pigeon Audio Reviews, where today we're taking a look at this. This is the budget range from Fine Audio, the F300. Audio Lounge Leicester have kindly lent me this again. I'll leave a link in the description below. And what Mark has done kindly for us, right? Mark from Audio Lounge, he said, I'll tell you what, he says, I'm watching your channel, I love your stuff. He says, when you reach 500 subscribers, he's going to give these pair away. He says, keep this pair. When you hit 500 subscribers, give them to someone. He says, they're mine to give away to you. So make sure you're subscribed. Because honestly, 500, I think I'm at 170 now, 175 subscribers. So a few more hundred. I know it's a big ask. It is a big ask. But get subscribed, potentially, you could win this pair of speakers. And they are pretty good. They are good. So these have a frequency response of 54 Hertz to 28,000 Hertz. They have a sensitivity of 87 decibels. And they're rated at 8 ohms. So they're not a bad speaker to drive at all. Any amp, most amps will drive them. So I unboxed them. Got them out of the box. Put them in position. Dialed them in a little bit. Press play on Spotify within my system. And played some music. And I'm just, doing other bits and bobs, letting them run in a little bit. And I'm having a bit of a jig, as you do. New box, new speakers, bit of music, favourite tracks. Fine, that may just be me, right? But as I was walking around, I could see the 5-inch driver moving independently of the actual waveguide. Now, the waveguide in the centre here is actually stationary, it is fixed, and the 5-inch driver moves freely around it. So it's actually a working waveguide, which I did not expect from a speaker of £179. Again, it may be just me, and you've seen it 100 times, but I really haven't seen that on a speaker of this price point before. Now, with the actual speaker itself, it weighs 3.7 kilos. So it's quite, for this size, it's got a bit of weight to it. It's fine. It's not struggling up the stairs or anything. But 3.7 kilos is quite weighty for a speaker this size, like I say. But it's solid. Oh, it's solid. And that was the stand, by the way. That's the stand, by the way. I don't know what sort of bracing they've got in there and how much padding they've got and all the, but it's as solid as a rock. It's got no height. It doesn't sound hollow in any way, as you can hear. It's really well made. It's got only 2 binding posts, which I expected for £179. It's not bi-wire, but it's not bi-ampable. Just the 2 binding posts. And they're gold-plated with inside for your banana plugs and stuff, which is, nice. A bit of better conductivity, I suppose, with the gold plating on it. So it actually comes in 3 different colours. This is the black ash. It comes in a light oak and a walnut as well. So you have got 3 options. You don't have to go just with the black. But I quite like the design. I quite like the look. Now, these are the F300s, like I said. There's actually an F300i as well, which I think is a newer version. They're about $279, I think, online. So they're £100 more expensive than these ones. I've not tested those. I've not heard those yet. I would like to hear them to see if they're any better than these. I assume they would be. But yeah, this is just the older range. This is just the F300 itself, not the i. I think the way you can tell is that the finish on the front here around the tweeter, the polyester tweeter, is piano black finish. So it's a shiny gloss black. On the eyes, I think it's like a matte finish. So if you are looking, you can't really tell the difference. I think that's what it is. I think it's shiny on the 300. On the eye, it's got a matte finish on it. So the sound quality. Now, again, these are a small speaker, and then they get down to 54 Hertz. Now, they're not meant for a large size room. I mean, I've got a medium sized room. My lounge is where I do all my testing. It's just a medium, so 6 meters by 5.5 meters. This room is. It's just not quite square, but it has got really good acoustics. I love sound speakers in this room. But these, they sort of get a little bit lost. Now, again, they're not a very big speaker. They're a 5-inch driver. And they're a small form factor. So they were never going to fill a room of this size. So what I did is I brought them closer to like a near field sort of situation. So I just brought them out a little bit so they were a bit closer to me, like they would be if they were in a smaller bedroom. So these would be ideal for smaller rooms, for your bedroom, on a desktop somewhere, near field. They're absolutely lovely when it comes to that sort of near field sound. The detail of the highs is very good, very precise. The mid-range vocals are crisp and clean. Everything's so clear and sort of natural sounding. The bass has got a bit of texture to it and detail within that bass, and it's very responsive because it's got the smaller driver on it. The bass, it's a fast responsing speaker. And again, it's got sort of this little bit of detail within the bass as well. For a sort of budget speaker, I was sort of taken back a little bit, thinking, oh, these are, oh. So I sat and listened for more and longer. They're a very natural, neutrally sounding speaker with nice highs. But there is a hint. I know I'm sort of contradicting myself. I get that. There is like a hint of richness to them and like a smoothness within the vocals. It's very satisfying, especially from a speaker of this size. Now, again, the bass, it doesn't get massively low. It's 54 hertz. We know that. That's what the specifications say. And it does come across. They're about 55 hertz sort of thing. But it's sort of, with everything else that's going on with these, with the highs, with the mid-range, it's crispy, airy, nice, beautiful. The soundstage. Oh, the soundstage. The soundstage isn't massive. It does come just slightly, protrudes slightly wider of the actual speaker area itself. It just come a little bit wider. And the imaging, the center imaging is very good. Very nice center imaging. Now, there's a track that I played on the LS60 video that I did a few days ago. And it's got guitar strings. I'm sorry, I'm pointing over here because there's another speaker just off camera. So over here. So it's got, like I say, you can hear the violin here sort of thing and the guitar strings here. And these do that very well. And it put a smile on my face because I didn't know if they could sort of cope with that sort of detail of imaging within the center, within its sort of sound stage within the center here. And it did it very well, and you could sort of pick them out. You think, oh, there is a violin there, and there's the strings. And the bass seems like a bit lower. So these speakers on a whole, for £179, I absolutely adore. I think they're fantastic. I love them. I didn't expect this sort of quality for the price that you pay. Now, I know a lot of people out there say, oh, there's loads of competition. There's loads of competition at £200, £180, which there is. There is a lot of competition at that price point. I've not heard those. I would love to hear some. I've always said I wanted to get some more in. It's just affording them. I don't get paid for YouTube, so it's just affording getting some money in my pocket so I can go and purchase them. And like I say, these are a giveaway, so these will be kept until I hit 500 subscribers. So I could sort of hopefully get some in to put them against these and see how they do. But £179, I'm really looking forward to a pair of speakers at that price point that beats these. That will be a fantastic day. I mean, these are very good, very good. And if I get a better one for the same price, everyone's a winner, right? Everyone's a winner. But like I said before, highs, mid-range, love it all. They're like more of it's a punchier bass. They're not bloated in any way, the bass isn't. It hasn't sort of got that range to them, but they're a responsive, punchy, textured bass. It just lacks, because it hasn't got that authority behind it like some bigger drivers, some bigger speakers. Again, it's not the fault of the speaker. It's just what they can cope with. It's the driver. It's the price range. I get that. But if you've got a sub already, or get a cheaper sub, just get eBay job. But if you got a sub on these and just turn it up a little bit, it would add that little bit more bass that my ears crave. Again, not much. You just need to turn it up a little bit. Just get that lower frequencies. And it would add that resonance to a string being plucked. It would add the little reverberations and the depth to a throat, to vocals, to singing. On kick drums and things like that, live bands. It would just add that little bit extra for you, which would then just make these come alive. They're really good. They just lack that little bit of bass for me. Again, the details, the height, everything else is really nice and clean, really clear. Some may say even they're quite transparent in the way that they produce and project the music. Everything, you can literally notice everything. Again, on that, the separation on these is great. I didn't expect separation like this. I thought they'd be a bit mushy. I didn't think it'd cope as well as it did with all the different instruments. I'll play a track at the minute. I'll play it actually on the sound test. I will do a sound test with these for you, so you can have a listen for yourself. It's like Toccata, I think. Toccata by Martin. He's I think he won or was on a sort of like American Idol type thing or talent show thing. I'm not really sure. But I've got a track for him, and there's a lot going on in some of the actual, in the middle of the track that like I say, I'll play for you. And it copes with it very well. It does separate. It's not mushed together like I thought it would be on some of the other speakers. It can't really cope with it. That's why I use it as a test track to see if it mushes everything together. And these do not. These cope with it very well. Not as well as, you know, some higher end speakers, but there is decent separation with these. Again, I'm flabbergasted at how good they are. The thing is, I'm actually quite happy that I've got them. I'm very happy that is, like I say, Mark from Audio Lounge Leicester. Thank you to them for actually giving them to me, I suppose, for a giveaway. And I think whoever wins these is going to be super happy with them. And like I say, I'm happy that I've got them and I've been giving them for a giveaway because I can keep hold of them for a bit longer and I can test other speakers against them, which will, like, again, will benefit, well, both of us, all of us. So it's got that wave. I just didn't with the waveguide and the just a bit more bass. Just a bit more bass. This was only going to be a quick video. I just wanted to get it out there that this is a giveaway. These can actually end up in somebody's home and they can hopefully listen and hear what I hear. It may just be me because I love turntable. I love the sound of vinyl. And these sort of, it suited them. If you've got a turntable or a little system that would pair with these nicely, just any sort of turntable that will plug at phono stage, will plug into the amplifier, that sort of thing. These sound really nice on a turntable. The vinyl just comes through lovely. You get that extra bit of warmth, like I say, a little bit more depth to your music. It's just, they're just £179. Real waveguide. I don't know why that surprised me so much. I tell you what, I've said my piece. It was only going to be a short video, so I've said my piece on these. Hopefully, I can get some more in that sort of compete with these. That'd be the ideal thing, but that will come in the future. So, like I say, I will put a sound test on. It'll be about 2 or 3 tracks. I used to put 11 tracks on because they were like royalty-free music, but now I'm getting like copyright strikes for those as well, and I don't really understand that. I mean, need to choose some more tracks, but for now, I don't make money on YouTube. I do this for fun and the passion. I love hi-fi, and I want everybody else to love hi-fi too. So I will put the sound test on. It'll be 3 good tracks, and then you can hear them for yourself, and hopefully it'll come through. I've got new microphones and stuff, so I'm going to give them a try. But yeah, I tell you what, let's call it a day there, and hopefully, I'll see you in the next one.